This is a review of the Olight Prowess, a very powerful handheld torch that also acts as a lantern. I'm reviewing my drink bottle. Coleman camp stove, Deeper Chert Plus, EcoFlow River, this Helinox Perrin 2, Arcfeld UV, and the electric hand warmer. Right, this is the Olight Prowess. I've never used one of these before. It's a torch, a handheld torch, and a very bright one at that, and it also doubles up as a lantern. Now, I'm going to be filming this video in two different parts. I want to film me opening this so you can see what it's all about, and if I have any problems or struggles along the way, you can see me deal with them, because I reckon that's as authentic as it gets. Then I'm going to play with it for a week or two, and then I'm going to review how it works. But let's get it from box to working. And also, when I got the parcel, I couldn't work out why the parcel was so big. They've sent two. This is an Olight tactical tripod. Now, what I reckon, I could be wrong, but this is a lantern. It's a torch going that way and a lantern going that way. And I reckon the tripod is going to sit under the lantern and hold it up so that you can use it as a lantern. That's what I think. Let's find out. Let's open the tripod first. It's a bit windy here. Where am I going to put my rubbish? This is a camera bag, and that's where I'm going to put my rubbish. Should be doing this up here. Easy enough, straight in. That's actually a really cool tripod. I was expecting it to be quite plasticky and flimsy, but it's not. I like the fact that it can get down really low. Look how flat, you can sit it flat on the ground. I wonder if I can put normal cameras in there or if it's a different size thread. I'm not sure about that. But you can set it to any angle. I suspect that is going to be so that I can have that sitting on there and use it as a lamp. That's actually a very solid and robust bit of gear. Not what I was expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be. Nothing about Olight has ever been about bad quality. Right, now, the main event. The Olight Prowess. Actually, before I open it, let's talk about some specs. Maximum 5,000 lumens with a throw of 245 meters. That many lumens with a throw at that distance tells me that it's a floodlight, not a spotlight. And usually the maximum is like a turbo amount that you only get for a small amount of time. So on the back, turbo mode, 5,000 lumens for 3 minutes, throttled down to 1,200 lumens for a bit over 3 hours. High, 1,200 lumens for 5 hours. Wow, 300 minutes. So you get high mode, which is very bright, 1,200 lumens for 5 whole hours. 300 lumens, medium, which is still a very bright light, for 10 hours. Low, 50 lumens for 50 hours, and moonlight, 5 lumens for 20 days. That's incredible. The back, well, I'm just going to say, the back, I'm just looking at the instructions here. The backlight, it says 800 down to 600, down to, you put it on turbo, 800 down to 600, down to 400, goes from 20 minutes to 135 minutes to 55 minutes. That's confusing. On low, it goes for 20 days. So, if you put it on turbo, you're going to get about an hour and a half to 2 hours at its brightest setting, down to 20 days at its lowest setting, and I'm pretty sure that it's variable in between. But let's open that and have a look. Right. Olight Prowess, unboxing underway. That goes in the rubbish bag. Right. It opens, which way? That way. I was trying to slide it out the end. First hurdle, don't try and slide it out the end. It opens that way. Ha! We've got some yellow instructions. There's the torch. What else have we got in here? I'm trying to hold it up to make sure it's all on camera. We've got that there. Right, as always with anything from Olight, it's very well packaged with a little thank you. Thank you for being part of the Olight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy. Straight away it feels very solid. In here we have, in this little box we have some instructions that no one ever looks at. We have a USB charger, USB-A to USB-C. So by the looks of that it's charged by USB cord. Ah, it actually has like a charging dock. So you can sit that in there and it will charge. That's what I'm going to guess, but I'll have a look in a second. This is just a, looks like a clamp. Looks like a bracket so that you can have it. Yeah, it's a bracket. You could probably take that adhesive tape off, stick it somewhere, and then just clip it to the wall and have it in a permanently stored. Actually, I've got a spot in my kitchen bench where I might permanently store this. I'm quite liking this light. Oh, and there's another little bit more adhesive tape in there too, and a couple of little. Oh, there's a couple of little. I don't know what you call these things. I'm not a tradie. But there's little plastic grommets. You drill the hole in the brick, then you put them in the brick, and then you screw the screw into them. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure tradies watching will be laughing at me because there's a better name for it. Right. It comes with a plastic holster. Slides in, slides out. This gets glued to the wall. That slides in, that slides out. Or you can take the whole thing out and put it in your belt. That's cool. It's got a yellow cover on. Gone. I'm sure it won't work now. No. There'll probably be, I reckon, most Olights, when you open this, there'll be a little bit of yellow in there blocking the battery. See that? Take that out. Nearly all Olights have that. That's to stop the battery from draining. They still never come fully charged, but that's to ensure that they don't just completely drain. I reckon this will be fully ready to go now. Still no. Oh yeah, look out. Oh, it's going. It's going. Right. Oh. Right, they've got on. They've got turbo, the cycle. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Just hold the battery and it goes through there. Low, medium, high, then turbo. Oh, hang on, that one's turbo. How do I look? Is it lighting me up? Beam me up, Scotty. And then you can flick the on and off switch down and the little light comes on under there, you see that? And that's got a little wheel there that you can turn. You can turn that to make it, how do you work that? It's got a little wheel there that you can turn. That's me first struggle. Oh, you don't turn it. That's me first struggle. There's a little wheel there and it's got like these little tactile bits on it. I thought you'd turn it. I'm sitting here breaking my precious fingernails trying to turn it, but you don't. You just hold it in. You watch. Hold it in. It's gone dull. Hold it in and now it's going bright. Now, as I said before, if I... Oh, it flashes to say that it's at its maximum brightness. You see that? Look, now it's gone down. It flashes to say that it's flashed to say that it's at its dullest. Now let's hold it in. Now it's flashing to say that it's at its brightest. There it goes. Now, at that brightest setting, it's 800 lumens for 20 minutes, then 600 lumens for 135 minutes, then 400 lumens for 55 minutes. And at the lowest, which is 2 lumens, I'm going to go right down there now. It does that for 20 days. Then we go back into there. So, right, let's recap. If you look at the side here, I don't know whether the camera's going to pick this up. There's a little lever and there's a little button. The button is on. The lever switches from bottom to top. Bottom to top. Let's make that bright. Bottom to top. The lever goes from bottom to top and the button adjusts the brightness. Hold it in to cycle through if you're in the top, or you hold it in to go light and dull if you're in the bottom. Right, now, down the bottom here, it looks like it might also work with the magnetic chargers. This doesn't come with a magnetic charger, so I'll have to get back to you on that one. But it also looks like, that looks very much like the magnetic charger, so that will go in there, which definitely is magnetic, and then you can charge that with the USB. I wonder whether other torches will work with that as well. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you with all that when I film the second part of this video. Now let's get the tripod. This is the tripod. Oh yes, look, I was right. There's no tripod screw on the bottom there, but there is on there. So I was right. That's the bracket screws onto the tripod. You see that? The bracket screws onto the tripod. You probably can't see it here because the camera's not down low enough. I wonder if I can fix that. Right, if you look now, there's the tripod. I can have it down really flat, like that, or it's sort of infinitely variable. I can have it wherever I want it, and that goes in. So I can have that up there, so that I can use that lamp. And you can see there that's throwing out a fair bit of light. Alright, we've got it all sorted. I've worked it all out, and you saw my struggles. Don't try and spin the wheel. It's not a spinny wheel, it's a push button wheel. I'm going to go and play with this for a week or two now, and then I'm going to film part 2 of this video. Well, I've been playing with his torch for about a week, and I've fallen in love with it. It is an absolute ripper. It's time now for the nighttime test. I'm actually filming under the light right now. Look, if I turn around, there it is. Now that's on its highest setting in lamp mode. I've got it sitting on a fence post, so I'll walk back a little bit. But you can just see there, that's throwing out quite a significant amount of light. That's just in lamp mode. Remember, I can hold the button in and make that go duller. Here it goes. That's the lowest setting. So in the lowest setting, you can see you've just got enough light here to sort of see what you're doing. You probably couldn't read under it. Maybe if you've got better eyesight than me, you could make it a little bit lighter. Now that's enough to read under. Now you can make it heaps lighter. Oops, gone back down. There we go. Now we're going up. It'll flash when it gets to the top. There we go. That tells me it's full brightness. That is cool. The lamp mode's good because it's a warmer light. It's a warmer, sort of a yellower, warmer light. So if you want to read under it, it's not as bright on your eyes. If you have a really white light, like the forward-facing light, it gets very bright and reflective. But anyway, I'll lighten that up, hang on. Right, I'll hold it out there. Let's go and play with the front-facing torch, the brightest part. Right, I've just pushed the little lever forward. I've flicked it into forward-facing camera, the bright white camera. Now I'm going to turn it on moon mode first. Right, there's moon mode. I can see where I'm going. It's got plenty of light to just walk around and see where I'm going. Low, medium, high. Now remember, that's the one you're going to be using the most. Turbo's much brighter, but only for a few minutes. But that's a decent amount of light just there, and that's high. That doesn't change. That doesn't throttle down. Turbo throttles down. Let's go to turbo. And there's turbo. Crazy bright. I'm near the river. Let's go for a walk down the river and see what we can see. Now the reason I'm reviewing this Olight Prowess is obviously to show you all this torch and tell you all about it, but also to bring attention to the Olight end of financial year sale, which starts tonight at 8 PM on the 25th of June until 11:59 PM on the 27th of June. In that time, there'll be 30% off this torch, 35% off if you buy it bundled with the tripod, and heaps of other savings. And there'll be links in the video description below this video with all the information about this torch and the sale. And outside of sale times, you can still get 10% off at any time if you use my discount code RF10. Right, make sure you check out the video description below in case you missed that. Let's light her up. Wow. What can we see in the river? Can we see any crayfish claws? That's actually the reason I came down here. I'll go for a walk and to see if I can see any big white claws or anything in the river. How good is that? Look at that. That's lighting up the entire bend. Lighting up all the trees. I was sort of hoping we might see a carp or a crayfish or something in the water, but I haven't seen anything. I've seen a few raindrops fall. There's a few spots of rain just starting to fall out of the sky. Oh, there's a possum walking along, looking in the selfie stick. Oh, there he goes, running up the tree. Don't know whether you can see him, but he's running up that tree. Let's go underwater and see what it looks like. just saw another possum, but he walked around the back of that branch, so we can't see him now. It's a great possum spotter, this torch. Just throwing so much light. If you're ever out looking for animals at night time, particularly possums, the best thing to do, as silly as this is going to seem, put the torch up on top of your head or down beside your head so that the light is close to your eye. Because if the light's close to your eye, the eyes from any animals, if they reflect, well, there's one right there. Like, you probably can't see it, but I can see a possum right there. If I hold the torch out there, I can't see it. But the moment I'll bring it in right next to the camera and see if the camera can pick it up, there's a possum looking at me right in the middle of that tree, right on cue. Look, he's going to be hard to see. I don't know whether the camera's going to be picking it up or not, but it's right in the centre of the frame now. Now, if I had my torch out, if I had it out in my hand like that, I wouldn't have seen that, but because I actually had it on top of my head, I was able to see it. Just a bit of a tip for any... There's another one right at the top there. The camera certainly won't be picking that up, but I can see eyes shining back at me from up on top of the big tree in the background as well. There'll be more. Oh, there's another one down there, same tree. There's one at the top of the tree and one right down low in that tree over there. I can just make out the eyes reflecting back at me. And that's because I've got the torch right up on top of my head. One up the top of that tree there and one down the bottom of that tree. It's not the same tree, it's the one beside it. So there's a power tip. If you're out looking for animals at night time and you're relying on eyes reflecting back at you, hold the torch as close as you can to your eyes. Trust me, I'm a wildlife photographer. I know these things. Tricks of the trade. I've had to put my glasses in my pocket because it's raining. This torch is a flood. It's a floodlight. It's not a spotlight, meaning it's probably not the best choice for hunters. If you're looking for a torch to go spotlighting rabbits or foxes or something with, you're better off to look at the Olight line, the Olight Pro or Olight Turbo, or the Warrior X, which is a little bit smaller but still capable. This is a flood, meaning it's got a really wide and very bright beam. In fact, it's so bright. Let's turn the camera around. My torch is way over there, probably 20 to 25 metres away, and I'm using it to light me up right now as I film. It's an excellent torch for the camp, for around the house, for blackouts, for extended camping trips, and it's got that added feature of the warm light or the lantern coming out from underneath, which would be ideal for reading or maybe even cooking under. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful and informative and hopefully a little bit of fun. Remember to check out the video description below for links to the flash sale that starts tonight and my other discount code that you can use outside of the flash sale. Thank you all very much for watching. Told you I was a long way from this torch, didn't I? Wow. Here comes the rain again.